Hello and welcome to the 5-Minute Sound Designer, where I'll show you a cool new sound design tool, tip, or technique in about 5 minutes. Today what we're going to look at is making a quick and simple robot voice. Now there are a million different ways to do this. I like to use Native Instruments Absinthe for that, but if you don't have access to that or you just don't have a lot of plugins and you're working in just stock DAW plugins, here's a good way to go about it. So I have a raw voiceover line here on this very first track, recorded by Victoria Viti, who I used for a game called Infinifactory. Now this line was initially meant for an alien creature, and that's what we used it for in-game, but it turns out for the purposes of this tutorial, it works great for a robot voice as well. So I'm going to play the raw, unedited line for you, and then we'll go into how to process it.
Humans are quite interesting, though I find the proliferation of digits on your feet baffling.
Alright, so there's the raw, unedited line. And you can see what I did here was duplicate this 2 times more. So we have 3 of the same line playing at the same time. Now, instead of just playing them all at the same time, what I did was process each slightly differently using a Logic pitch shift plugin. Now, every DAW has some sort of pitch shifting plugin built into it, but this is Logic's. So what I did was pitch this second line down a little by 2 semitones, turn the mix up to 100%, meaning we hear only the pitch shifted signal. And I did the same on the third line, except I pitch shifted it down 4 semitones. So now that we have all of that pitch shifting happening, I'll play these 2 lines for you separately so you can hear what they sound like on their own.
Humans are quite interesting, though I find the proliferation of digits on your feet baffling.
And now the third one.
Humans are quite interesting, though I find the proliferation of digits on your feet baffling.
So it sounds artificial and pitch shifted, which is exactly what we want. Now, if I just hit play with all 3 of these together, you'll hear that it sounds kind of like a robot voice.
Humans are quite interesting, though I find the proliferation of digits on your feet baffling.
Now, there's a lot you could do for different robotic effects. You can place these slightly differently apart from one another, so there's a slight delay between these lines, all that sort of good stuff. And inside the Logic pitch shifting plugin, you can actually change the timing of when this pitch shifting happens. So you can delay each of these lines just a tiny little bit so that these lines kind of occur slightly after one another and create a even more robotic effect. But you can play around with this however you want. You can also add modulation delay and all sorts of craziness. But this is the quick and dirty way to start doing that if you need to make a robot really quickly. Now, one thing to take note of is that this original line is said in a somewhat monotone fashion, and that's what helps this sound robotic really, really quickly. If you are recording something, a robot that does sound more monotone, make sure to get the actor or actress to do the same, record themselves sounding more flat and more monotone. All right, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching as usual. If you like this, of course, do the whole thumbs up thing and subscribe thing on YouTube, all that good stuff. And also watch my TED Talk on video game music. I gave a TED Talk to a room of thousands of people about the power of video game music, so go watch that. Click on that annotation or card to see that, or look in the description below for a link. And if you want a career in the game industry, sign up for my newsletter where I send out all my best advice every single week on how to get an awesome career in the game industry as a freelancer, as an audio person, as an artist, whatever it may be. Just how to get there and make the most of it without doing all the screw-ups that I made when I was first starting. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.